Run. The message came in at exactly 1:17 a.m. Just one word. Run. No emoji. No explanation. No, call me. Nothing. Just that. I stared at it for a full 10 seconds before my brain caught up with my eyes. Maya doesn't do drama. She's the calm one. The fixer. The sister who tells me I overthink everything. If she says run, she means it. I called her immediately. Straight to voicemail. I called again. Voicemail. By 1:30 a.m., I was in my car. Her apartment building looked normal. Too normal. Her car was parked outside, right where she always left it. The lights in her unit were off, but the door, slightly open. That's when my stomach dropped. Maya locks everything. Deadbolt. Chain. Sometimes she double-checks it out loud. Safety first, she always says. I pushed the door open slowly and stepped inside. Silence. No broken furniture. No shattered glass. No signs of a fight. The place looked untouched. Her phone was on the kitchen counter. Cracked. The screen was still on. 3 missed calls. From Dad. We don't talk about our father. Not really. Not since we were kids. Not since the night Mom left and never came back. I can still hear the shouting from that night. The sound of glass breaking. I was 9. Maya was 14. She stood in front of me like a shield while Dad raged through the house. She's always been my shield. I picked up her phone. The last outgoing message was to me. Run. My hands started shaking. I called Dad. He answered on the second ring. Why are you calling this late? He asked calm. Too calm. I didn't tell him about the text. I didn't tell him I was standing in Maya's apartment. I just listened. His breathing was steady. Measured. Like he'd been expecting my call. Have you heard from Maya? I asked, trying to keep my voice even. A pause. Should I have? He replied. Something about the way he said it made my chest tighten. I looked around the apartment again, this time slower. That's when I noticed it. The faint smell of something metallic in the air. Not strong. Just enough. And the balcony door was unlocked. Maya hates leaving that open. I stepped toward it carefully. The night air hit my face, cool and quiet. From the balcony, I could see the parking lot clearly. And I saw him. Dad's car. Parked across the street. Engine off. Lights off. He was sitting inside. Watching. My heart slammed against my ribs. I stepped back inside slowly, my mind racing. If he was out there, why answer my call? Why pretend? Unless he wanted to know what I knew. Unless the message wasn't just about danger. Unless it was about him. My phone buzzed in my hand. Dad. Calling me. I didn't answer. Instead, I did something I probably should have done the second I walked in. I opened Maya's messages. There was a thread I'd never seen before. An unsaved number. Dozens of messages. Photos attached. I opened one. It was a document. A police report. From 15 years ago. The night Mom disappeared. Missing person. But scribbled across the top in bold red letters was a word. Closed. I scrolled further. Maya had been digging. There were notes. Voice memos. Dates. Times. Bank withdrawals from Dad's account the week Mom vanished. Security footage timestamps from a storage facility. And then one final draft message unsent. If anything happens to me, it was him. My breath caught in my throat. Another buzz. This time, a text from Dad. Come outside. We need to talk. I walked back to the balcony, keeping the lights off. He was still there. Sitting in the dark. Waiting. Then my phone vibrated again. A new message. Unknown number. I opened it. It was a live location. Moving. And the contact name finally appeared. Maya. My knees nearly gave out. Another text followed. He knows you're there. Don't trust him. I took something he wants. My heart pounded so loud I could barely think. Took what? Before I could type back, Dad's car engine started. The headlights flicked on. And they were pointed directly at the building. My phone buzzed one last time. From Maya. Check the vent in my bedroom. Then run. I didn't hesitate. I ran to her room, dropped to my knees, and yanked open the air vent near the floor. Inside was a flash drive. And a small, rusted key. Downstairs, a car door slammed shut. Footsteps echoed faintly from the stairwell. Slow. Unhurried. Like he knew I had nowhere to go. For the first time in my life, Maya wasn't standing in front of me as my shield. She was somewhere out there. And whatever she had uncovered about our father was big enough to make her disappear. The doorknob started to turn. And I finally understood her message. She wasn't telling me to save her. She was telling me to survive.
Unless the message wasn't just about danger. Unless it was about him. My phone buzzed in my hand. Dad. Calling me. I didn't answer. Instead, I did something I probably should have done the second I walked in. I opened Maya's messages. There was a thread I'd never seen before. An unsaved number. Dozens of messages. Photos attached. I opened one. It was a document. A police report. From 15 years ago. The night Mom disappeared. Missing person. But scribbled across the top in bold red letters was a word. Closed. I scrolled further. Maya had been digging. There were notes. Voice memos. Dates. Times. Bank withdrawals from Dad's account the week Mom vanished. Security footage timestamps from a storage facility. And then one final draft message unsent. If anything happens to me, it was him. My breath caught in my throat. Another buzz. This time, a text from Dad. Come outside. We need to talk. I walked back to the balcony, keeping the lights off. He was still there. Sitting in the dark. Waiting. Then my phone vibrated again. A new message. Unknown number. I opened it. It was a live location. Moving. And the contact name finally appeared. Maya. My knees nearly gave out. Another text followed. He knows you're there. Don't trust him. I took something he wants. My heart pounded so loud I could barely think. The footsteps start again. Slow. Careful. The kind that used to make us go quiet mid-sentence as kids. The kind that made the whole house feel like it was holding its breath. Maya's fingers dig into mine. It wasn't Mom he was paid to kill, she whispers. Her voice is raw but steady. It was you. For a second, I actually think she's joking. Me. I let out this small, sharp laugh that doesn't sound like mine. That doesn't even make sense. Her eyes don't leave mine. They're glossy, but she refuses to cry. It was after your asthma attack, she says softly. The hospital bills. The insurance policy he took out on you right after. The hospital. The smell of disinfectant. The beeping machines. Waking up and seeing Dad standing at the foot of the bed. Not crying. Not scared. Just watching. The stairs creak. His shadow stretches across the wall before he does. You girls always did love dramatic conclusions, he says lightly, like we're telling an embarrassing story at a family dinner. He stops halfway down the stairs. He doesn't rush. He doesn't look worried. Because he still thinks he's in control. Maya, he says calmly, I told you digging into old stories never ends well. You drugged her, she says. No hesitation. You told Mom it was medicine. He doesn't deny it. She was sick. She was 9. The word hangs there. 9. I start remembering things I spent years convincing myself were fuzzy because I was young. The orange juice that tasted bitter. How dizzy I felt standing at the top of the basement stairs. Mom shouting my name. The sensation of falling. I always told myself I slipped. Kids fall. But what if I didn't? You survived, Dad says, and there's something almost irritated in his voice, which complicated things. My stomach turns. So Mom. She found the paperwork, Maya says. The policy. The payout estimate. She threatened to go to the police. Dad exhales slowly, like this is exhausting for him. She overreacted. I see it now. Not as a blur. Not as a nightmare. Mom holding papers in her hand. Her face pale, furious. Dad grabbing her wrist. The argument spilling toward the basement. A struggle at the top of the stairs. A slip that wasn't a slip. Maya standing in the hallway, watching. He looks at her now. You were never supposed to remember that much. Kids forget trauma. That's how they survive. Maya gives a small, humorless laugh. Not when you grow up inside it. I realized then that Dad didn't bring anything with him. No rope. No weapon. Just confidence. He always relied on fear. On us freezing. My phone is still in my hand. The screen is cracked. I don't even remember pressing record, but there's a red dot blinking in the corner. Every word is being saved. I can still fix this, he says, stepping closer. We'll say she broke in. You came to help. It got out of hand. He reaches for me, and something inside me shifts. 4 years, I've been the one who froze. The one Maya stepped in front of. Not tonight. I step back. You already tried to kill me once, I say quietly. My voice shakes, but I don't stop. Why would I trust you now? There's a flicker in his eyes. Tiny, but real. Fear. Behind the furnace. Maya whispers. I glance toward it. There's a metal pipe leaning against the wall. Dad sees the movement and reacts fast. He grabs my wrist. His grip is strong. It always has been. You should have just run, he hisses. I tried, I say. You texted me. His grip tightens for a second. I needed you here. That lands harder than anything else. He sent it. He wanted both of us in one place. Contained. Before he can pull me toward the stairs, a siren sounds in the distance. Faint. But getting closer. Dad freezes. His eyes drop to my phone. He sees the red light. You wouldn't, he says. I already did. My thumb hits send. The file uploads to the cloud account Maya made months ago. Shared with a lawyer. With the police.
She wasn't just digging. She was preparing. The front door upstairs slams open. Heavy footsteps. Voices shouting. Police. Stay where you are. For the first time in my life, my father looks unsure. Not powerful. Not clever. Just a man who ran out of room. Officers rush down the stairs. They see the broken wall. The bruises on Maya's arms. My wrist in his grip. They pull him away. He doesn't fight. He just looks at us. Not apologetic. Almost offended. As if we betrayed him. They cuff him and lead him upstairs. Paramedics come for Maya. They check her hands, her face. She winces when they touch her ribs. I stay next to her the entire time. When they help her stand, she leans into me. Outside, dawn is just breaking. The sky is pale pink. The house looks smaller in daylight. There's tape going up around the yard. Neighbors peeking through curtains. News vans already circling. Our childhood home doesn't look haunted anymore. It just looks tired. They'll call it insurance fraud, I say quietly as we sit on the curb wrapped in blankets. Attempted murder. They'll reopen Mom's case. Maya nods. And people will say they never saw it coming. We both know that isn't true. We saw it. We just didn't have the language for it. She rests her head on my shoulder, the way she used to when we were kids hiding from the sound of his voice downstairs. You know what's crazy? She says softly. What? If you hadn't come, he would have panicked eventually. He would have moved me. I don't think I would have gotten another chance. I swallow. So I wasn't the target anymore. She looks at me carefully. You were the original plan, she says. I was the loose end. The words don't break me. They clarify something. All those years of thinking I was weak. Fragile. The sick kid. I wasn't fragile. I was profitable. As they put Dad into the squad car, he looks at us one last time. No apology. No tears. Just resentment. Like we ruined something he built. The door shuts. The car drives away. Maya squeezes my hand. 4 years, when things felt wrong, she would whisper, if it ever gets bad, we run. That night, she texted me one word. Run. But we didn't. We stayed. And we told the truth. The sun rises fully over the house as we sit there, bruised, shaking, alive. No dramatic music. No perfect ending. Just two sisters who finally stopped running.